Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, you know what? Turnabout is fair play. A lot of times we take lame songs, and Leo will turn them and make them really, really good.
Okay, Leo, the guy from Frog Leap Studios.
Exactly.
Metal Fives, everything.
Well, somebody on the internet decided to take metal and kidify it. Somebody took Johnny Poole's song "Bodies" and he turned it into
Let the bodies hit the
floor. Oh yeah,
that's all I know about it.
That's all you really need to know, right?
Yeah,
right. Something. Two something. Three. I mean, he's teaching kids how to count. I didn't realize it.
It's true.
Johnny Poole is already writing children's songs.
You're right. It really does have itself lent to this version.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Beaten, wild for.
Oh boy. No.
Take much more.
Much more.
Here we go now. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
I mean, kids, their bodies hit the floor when they're tired.
Yeah.
When they're tired, they just lay down. I'm sure that's what the song's about.
It's a good way to explain that, yeah.
A great way to let the kids nap. Like, that leads into nap time. I mean, you have them bounce around a little bit, and then, you're at the kindergarten or whatever, like the preschool, and you go, okay, kids, let the bodies hit the floor, and they take a little nap.
I'm sorry, if I hear someone playing that song in their house, and it's loud enough that I can hear it as I walk by, I might call the authorities. I think we have a serial killer that lives in our neighborhood.
I don't remember where I was, but it was this weekend. I was maybe at the store or something, and a giant SUV was rolling by, all the windows down, and it was bumping music like that. Oh. Like children's kids bop type of music. And I was just like, well, you do you, I guess.
The kids bop stuff is terrifying, but the worst is the lullaby ones, like the Metallica lullaby, and because those do legit sound like something you would hear in a movie as someone's like carving someone's skin.
Yeah. I like it.
You've got the eyes and now the ears for it as well, for serial killer stuff.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I looked the part. Why not just go full tilt?
I do appreciate that he kept the growls in. Like,
kids love Cookie Monster.
It's true, yeah.
It's close enough.
Cookie Monster, the original metal vocalist.
And look, there's nothing wrong with me. It's got a good message. Like, that kids can feel good about who they are, no matter, how they look, what's up. I think there's something to this.
What did it say? Something's got to give is one of the lines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, Mom, look, you got to feed me or I'm going to scream.
Yeah, that's
Give me the boob or I'm going to scream, Mom.
Plus, it teaches them how to share, Steve, because, sometimes you go, kid, you got to give that to somebody. Like, share that. Come on, maybe someone's got to give. Change the word, just the lyrics a little bit.
Oh, okay, sharing is fair.
Sharing is fair. See, we can make this. We can do this.
Well, that is what they do with, like, the explicit, like, rap songs for Kids Bop. They just change the words a bit, so that way there's not something that's bad. It's not a bad message anymore.
Oh, yeah, how do they get into that?
How do they do that for WAP? Are they able to make that happen yet?
I'm not sure, BJ.
Wet.
No. There's a lot of
I got
parody
playground.
versions.
I got wet and playground.
Wet as puppy.
There's some doors.
Ass is not a good word.
As wet as puppy. Like I'm wet as puppy.
I'm wet as. That's bad English. We can't teach kids bad English. They're going to learn bad English as it is.
Am I going to be
listening to our show?
Yeah. Am I going to be the first adult to speak bad English to a child?
Watermelons and plums.
Watermelons and plums.
Somebody did write a Kids Bop version. It's like, there's some doors in this house. There's some doors in this house. I said certified beat 7 days a week. Water bottle, make that something up week. I don't know how they still put that word in.
Oh. Really? They still put a bad word in there?
Yeah, drinking up some water bottles. Bring a bucket in them up before that water
Pull-out
bottle.
could be a whole different thing for,
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know
disturbed.
what
So
that
what's
means.
the wet? The wet WA?
It's the water bottles,
It's water.
I guess.
It's water as water and bottles?
know.
No, there's no A and there's no bottles and P.
Yeah.
I found what it is. Wings and pizza.
There you go.
For that wings and pizza. Pizza Hut is a piece of art. Extra
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to
cut it
play
there.
with that.
I think
don't
I'm in love
trust
with
it
that.
fully.
I'm in love with that woman. She's singing. She's singing about good
Wings
life.
and pizza.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. A 23-year-old guy was in Iowa and pulled over for speeding. He was going real fast, too. The cops clocked him at 103 in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. Yeah.
So that's not okay, right?
No, it's not okay. I've been on the freeway. It is pretty intense when you see a car going that fast fly by you. It's usually late at night when you see the lights fly by and you're like, because that's all you can see of the car, and you're like, whoa, that's not cool.
Or very early in the morning when I'm coming to work, there's always, I swear, every time I'm on 167, somebody's having a race. Mm-hmm. At some point, there's like one car flies by me, and then in my head, I'm like, how soon until the next car? Or they're buddies and they're just like driving fast together, which is such a weird thing. Like at 4 in the morning, be like, hey, dude, what are you doing right now? You want to go drive fast on the freeway? Like it seems weird.
Yeah.
But it happens almost every morning.
It's an adrenaline rush thing that some people are into. I never was, but man, I get it. A lot of dudes seem to really like it. A lot of people do. But man, this guy got in trouble for it. Had to pay a $314 ticket. He pled guilty. But then they also suspended his license, which is really interesting. I wonder
For
if
doing
this
100 miles per hour?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's done other stuff. The story doesn't say it, but I feel like if you've got charged the money for the ticket and you paid it, shouldn't that be enough?
I feel like that's like a third strike or whatever strike it is.
Yeah.
Well, on that ticket, that's very cheap. I got a $550 ticket one time for going 97 and it's 65.
Well, it's Iowa, Danny. You know,
Wow.
I mean, the cost of living, in this area, I think it's weird. It is weird. I feel like, that ticket is cheap compared to what you had to do. I wonder.
But I didn't get my license taken away. So
I'd rather pay the extra couple $100. Where was this? Was this in Washington or was this
Iowa.
in? I'm
Iowa.
talking about Danny.
Oh.
yeah, Needles, California.
Oh.
It was a small little town. I was driving to Disneyland, believe it or not.
Well, you were in a rush to get there.
Yeah,
Mickey's
Mickey,
waiting for you.
He was like, "You need to get here now." And I was just going down this like grade of highway, and I wasn't even paying attention to my speed. And then all of a sudden,
Did you tell the cop the reason why you were speeding?
Yeah, I was like, "We're going." My mom was with me even. Like,
I was just trying to impress my mom,
yeah, I'm just
officer.
trying to show off. But yeah,
Wow.
did not care. Gave me it was $560 that I had to pay.
Damn.
It was bad.
Wow.
Well, he's more of a Universal Studios guy. That was the problem. It's like, screw you and Mickey Mouse.
True.
Yeah, this guy got his license suspended in Iowa for speeding, going 103 in a 65 zone. He's been fighting that ever since, by the way. He's like, look, I shouldn't get my license suspended. He said, look, I was driving fast for an emergency. And they're like, okay, what was the emergency? And I love his answer. He said, I was on my way to get sanitary pads for my wife.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's a pretty good excuse.
And his lawyer says that the officer involved behaved in an insulting manner. So those two things, him having the big emergency, the sanitary pad emergency, and the officer being insulting to him, I mean, he should get his license back.
I wonder what the
they're saying.
insulting manner, like, was he like saying, hey, were you going to go visit Aunt Flo? Like, the cracking, like, period. Like, look, you were driving too fast, period. And like, you know what I mean? Some, I don't know.
That's funny.
I think you should get. To me, I give
That's
the
not
officer stand-up
insulting.
credit.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's good comedy right there.
And according to another article, it's saying it's because of his, like, where he's from, because he's from a different country, I believe, or originally. So they're saying that might have been it. But they didn't really say, they didn't elaborate.
You don't
on
come
that.
to our country and get sanitary pads in our country.
You get tampons.
Okay, so he must have a visa. It can't. If you're from another country but you're a U.S. citizen now, that should not matter. How you should get treated the same. So he must be visiting if they're treating him differently because of his status. That has to be. I mean, think about it, Vicky. That's profiling. That's horrible. If they go,
they're
you're from
implying
another
that he was racist.
Yeah, well, that's so they're saying that. Well, boy, I thought that was the reason. So that's what they're saying. They're
That's what
saying
the lawyer is alleging towards.
I got it. So the officer, they're saying because he's from another country, the officer was being mean. Oh, okay. I thought that was legally why they took his license away. Well, you're from another country, pal.
no.
It looks like in some states, though, if you go over 100 miles per hour, it's an automatic suspension of a license.
I guess Iowa's one of them then.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's wow. You've got to know that then, don't you? Because I think there's a lot of people.
A lot of times you don't know something until you get dinged for it.
Yeah, but I mean, look, there's a lot of people who like to go fast. I did not know that. I just assumed you'd get a warning before they would take your license away for any speeding infraction. So
yeah.
I'm glad you told me that, Steve.
Doing a quick search, it says, for Iowa speeding laws, it says your license can be suspended if you receive 3 moving violations within a 12-month period, or it can be suspended immediately if you're caught driving 25 miles or more over the posted
There you
speed
go.
limit.
Whoa.
So, yeah, it looks like just rules are rules, and he got busted on that.
Dude, back in my, when I was first traveling a lot from Linwood to Puyallup to visit my then girlfriend, now wife, and, using the carpool lanes and maybe going a little too fast. I had a bad run where I was getting dinged for, speeding tickets or a couple carpool violation ones to the point where I got the letter from the Department of License that says you're 1 ticket away from having your license suspended.
Oh, damn.
Dude, that was nerve-wracking. I mean, it was easy to avoid. You just don't speed or go into carpool lanes. But still, every time I was on the road, I'm like, this could be the time I get my... And it was just one of those things where it was the next couple of years, I could not be more nervous about just being... And thankfully, I've never gotten a ticket since. That was the wake-up call.
Are you still on the probation?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Although it was funny, one time I did get pulled over for speeding, and the officer was just like... do you know I pulled you over? I'm like, I'm an idiot, and I was speeding, and he started laughing. He's like, all right, well, I appreciate the honesty. And he's like, he said something. He's like, I can't remember what. I'm like, it's something about, have you been pulled over in the past? I'm like, honestly, it's been a few years, but there was a stretch in time where I was a complete moron and got dinged a bunch of times. And so he came back, and he had a big smile on his face. He was like, you weren't lying, man. You got dinged a lot. He's like, this is a warning. You've obviously you're trying to be better. Knock it off kind of a thing. And I was like, oh, man, thank you. But, he didn't say anything about it being I would have lost my license or anything along those lines. I think there's a certain point where all that stuff is gone. I think it's a couple of years.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just don't drive like an idiot. And that was the most valuable lesson I learned.
Well, that's why I don't want a high performance vehicle. If you ever sit in a really good vehicle, you don't know how fast you're going because they're such a good car.
That happens whenever I get like a rental, or I one time brought my car in, and I had I can't remember what kind of car it was, not Xfinity, Infinity something.
Oh, Infinity.
Yeah. Not only do they provide you great cable, but they give you a nice car.
It was a really sweet car, and it drove real smooth, and I'm just enjoying myself in it. And I look down, I'm like, what feels like 55 in my car is 110 in this car. And I quickly slowed down. But it was like that kind of a thing, BJ, where I was like, oh, man, I'd rather have a car where it feels like I have to put an effort to hit 70.
Yeah, definitely. Because if 25 miles an hour over the speed limit is going to get me in big trouble in some places, it's nice to know that I've never done that. I can't get there. I mean, I did that one time, and I got pulled over. I was going to Canada, and I was like, I got to get there. I got to make time. And so I decided to go into the 90s. I thought, well, it's early in the morning. Nobody's on I-5. This should be easy. I'll be cool. And Mr. Police Officer was like, yeah, what are you doing? What are you going 90 for? What's that all about, sir? And I got the ticket. So it's like, all right, I know then. And so that's basically, that guy was going, if he's like 65, 25 over is 90. So it's like, oh, I'm good. Mm-hmm. I never hit 90. I'm in good shape. I know that I'll never get in trouble for that.
What happened to my wife and I recently? Like, my wife was going a little bit over a speed limit, and like we were just going to a park in I think it was in Sumner, somewhere around that area. And the cop got behind us, the lights went on. And it was great because she's just like, of course I get pulled over and you're sitting passenger. I'm like, what am I going to judge you? Do you not remember my run? I'm not going to get mad at you for getting pulled over. I didn't even know we were speeding. It was barely over the speed limit, and the guy came over, and it was super nice about it. We had little Tatum in the back, and he's just like, are you guys going to that park? We're like, yeah, we're like a block away as you pulled us over. He's like, this is the speed limit here. He's like, have you tried this park though? And we're like, what the hell is going on? And he ended up giving us a recommendation for a different park that we went to the next time, which was awesome. And no ticket.
That's fantastic. I don't blame him, though, Steve. Police officers have got to find a way to change their image. So I think giving helpful tips and not giving you a ticket, how do you not go away from this going, hey, you know what? That was pretty good. Maybe not all the cops are bad guys.
Well, I think we realized, and we've had a text when people that are police officers that have texted in on our show, and they've just said a lot of times, if you're just honest and you don't try and give, maybe the cop was just like, this is the dumbest excuse. Shut the F up and just tell me you were speeding. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just, I was an idiot. I know I was speeding, and I'm sorry. And a lot of times I got a lot of texters that have been, and their police officers said that's the way that you get out of a ticket. It's just being upfront and not trying to play a game with them.
Yeah, and I'm all nervous, so I've had to learn that, Steve, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I need to come up with a really good excuse right now.
I don't have any drugs in my car, officer.
Yeah,
I swear I don't. Well, we did not ask you that, but now we're going to search.
Damn it! Oh, nice. Well, congratulations, Steve. You're doing good.
So it says my car starts to shake at 80 miles per hour, so I know I'm going the right speed.
I remember having a station wagon driving to Wisconsin to go live there back in the day. And at the time, Montana didn't have a speed limit during the day. And I was like, I'm going to take this and go as fast as I can. I hit 85, and the thing started shaking so bad, I thought it was going to fall apart. So I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Wow, Montana did not have a speed limit for a while during the day?
During the daytime, yeah.
All bets are off in Montana.
Wow.
Basically, yeah, and then they kind of curbed that.
I guess they had to. The federal government probably sat them down and go, what are you doing, Montana? I know you want to be your own place, but you got to have a speed limit on your roads, pal.
It'll be like the speed limit sign just says, fast as you want until dark.
Basically, it was like 65 after dark.
It is wild what some of our states do. When you go to you go to certain states and you go, how are you guys doing this? Really? I don't know of any state. It's just like Oregon with the pumping of gas. It's like, how are you still basically not letting us pump our own gas? What are you?
Tradition, man. We believe in the
still doing that. They're the only place doing it, and it makes no sense to me.
Our state was founded on pumping people's gas.
Yeah, it's just so. If I was driving through Montana and they're like, "Oh, hey, we don't have speed limits around here," I'm like, "What? What do you mean? Everybody does. What's wrong with you? Why?"
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details. Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Be ready for the handoff with Heritage Distilling's canned cocktails. Real cocktails made with real spirits. Drop the hard seltzers made by Big Beer on the East Coast with their fake flavors, fake sweeteners, and after-game bloating.
Ew.
Real cocktails can only be made with real spirits. Heritage Distilling's canned cocktails. Locally made, locally loved, and award-winning. Available at local retailers and heritagedistilling.com. 6.9% ABV, Gig Harbor, Washington.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play B Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B Migs. Don't be a loser.
It is time
B-Migs. It's time to turn down for tacos or tequila or whatever the hell you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking about tacos, but also tequila, so you can do those. Yeah, a little column A, little column B.
Shower thoughts with the Reverend Enfuego.
Oh, yeah, but we're not in the shower, so.
Yeah, thank you for this wonderful journey.
Let's get to our contestant. We've got Steven in Seattle. Steven, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Get out! For those playing at home, Steven will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Steven, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which guitarist is known for his collaboration with Matchbox 20's Rob Thomas on the song Smooth?
Pass.
What color is the Kool-Aid Man typically?
Red.
Yes. Labor Day is the first Monday in what month?
May.
No.
March.
No.
September.
Yes. What rapper had the hit songs Party Up and X Gonna Give It To You?
DMX.
Yes. Whose sidekick was named Mini-Me?
Dr. Evil.
Yes. In Lady and the Tramp, what type of dog is Lady?
A Cocker Spaniel.
Yes. Dermatology is the medical study of what?
Skin.
Yes. In which year of the late 2000s did TV salesman Billy Mays pass away?
2017.
No.
18.
No.
19.
No. Brigham Young was a leader of which religious group?
Mormons.
Yes. What broadcast television network debuted on October 9th, 1986?
The Simpsons.
No. Oh, the whole network, buddy, not just them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct. Still a pretty good score there.
I know, but Steven, if he actually heard some of the stuff a little better, who knows, man?
Exactly.
Could have got a song.
Yeah. Well, you could still get a song.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's all right, Steven. You're going to come back because I think you're one of the finest talent we have to beat, Steve. So you'll come back, my friend.
Whoa, look at that. A pep talk right there from Coach BJ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to get this done. Tired of it. Tired of it.
Do gooder. Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
Which guitarist is known for his collaboration with Matchbox 20's Rob Thomas on the song Smooth?
Santana.
Yes.
Carlos Santana.
Yes. What color is the Kool-Aid Man typically?
Red.
Yes. Labor Day is the first Monday in what month?
September.
Yes. What rapper had the hit songs Party Up and X Gon' Give It To You?
Oh, DMX.
Yes. Whose sidekick was named Mini-Me?
That's Peter North.
No. Wow.
Sorry.
You are not sorry.
Austin Powers?
No.
Dr. Evil.
Yes.
That's it.
In Lady and the Tramp, what type of dog is Lady?
Hound?
No.
Beagle?
No.
Chihuahua?
No. Dermatology is the medical study of
Skin.
what? Yes. In which year of the late 2000s did TV salesman Billy Mays pass away?
2008.
No.
2009.
Yes. Brigham Young was a leader of which religious group?
Mormon.
Yes. Which broadcast television network debuted on October 9th of 1986?
FOX. Fox.
Yes, and Steve,
Wow.
you win 9-7.
Yeah. Would have been a tie, Steven, but you know what? You're going to come back strong, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. He missed up the.
He misheard a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did get
For
the
him.
one. Yep. For the Steve with an N right there. The only one that you missed, the Lady and the Tramp one, again, a Disney movie you're going to need to watch, I feel. He did get correct. It's a Cocker Spaniel. Lady is a Cocker Spaniel.
I could picture it, I just couldn't remember the breed. I was just like, I was hoping you were going to ask like what kind of food were they eating. I was like, spaghetti.
Maybe that'll be well, you already know that one. So
I wonder
don't
if
know
that
I wanna do
will.
that.
I wonder if that holds up for kids. You know, Lady and the Tramp.
We tried watching one of the older, like with Disney Plus, you have access to every Disney film, and we put something on that was like made even. I think it was even like in the 80s. I can't remember which movie it was, but it was just like after a couple minutes, we were both like, "This is just boring."
Do you remember what was going on in it?
No.
Oh,
we've gone through
that's how good
so
it was.
many. I mean, I can't remember if it was like might have been like I can't.
Like, did they have mice in it? Were they? What kind of animal was running around in it?
Dalmatians. It was 101 Dalmatians. It was like I think the 60s.
Yeah. That's very different. That's very slow compared
animation
to
sucked.
Yeah,
that's classic animation, though.
I know, dude. At first, I'm like, this is cool. It's so nostalgic. And then after a while, you're like, this is really bad.
And then you realize that the kid doesn't care about nostalgia at all.
No, she doesn't care. Like, she wants more color. Like, more colorful. So yesterday we did watch another Disney movie, though, and I have to give Vicky a nod because it was Lilo and Stitch. Yep. I didn't finish it because we had things to do. Because after a while, she goes and does her thing, and so. But the first half of it was freaking great.
Oh wow!
Big fan of that one. That might be my favorite so far.
You going to watch the rest of it now?
Eventually. I mean,
okay, good for you.
I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it. But the next time she wants to watch a cartoon, we will continue to watch that one.
What did you like about it? Because like I remember
Stitch. Stitch rules.
Well, like the music's also like Elvis inspired, so that's one of the things I love about it too.
I just like
fun.
that Stitch was just a lot
Vicky,
scarier than I thought.
Yeah, you're going to try to bro down with Steve on this, Vicky, and he's, he liked it. That's all you're going to get out of him because he didn't even watch the whole thing.
No,
Vicky will like bro down with you if she really wants to bro down with somebody about it.
Eventually. I'll let you know when we finish it.
Once Tatum starts talking, I'll bro down with her.
But I was like, how's this one going to go? And I was like actually entertained by it.
Well, we got a new study here that found out on average we hit our peak financial recklessness at the age of. And do you guys have a feeling in your life where you go, yeah, I was a financial mess, and you can remember like
currently?
Oh, currently.
I feel like I just keep peaking, man. Just when I thought I could peak, I peaked more.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that at this point.
Really? So you guys really right now think where you are, you're more financially reckless than you ever were?
It depends on the day. Yes.
With more money comes more recklessness. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, that's kind of where it is. Like now that I can afford things, I buy lots of dumb stuff,
like sour balls.
But let me just say, I want to give you. I hate to do this, boy, but I'm going to give you guys more credit than you're giving yourselves.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but I mean, look, Rev, you're paying your bills, aren't you?
Yeah, paying all my
Steve,
bills.
You bought a new house, which means you must be doing okay with your money if you could sit there and buy a new house.
That's a good point.
But I would be smarter with my money if I didn't buy a new house.
Well, being smart with your money, or I should say, being smarter, is not necessarily being financially reckless.
Right?
I'm talking about you are a mess with your money. You can't pay your bills. You can't do anything.
If that's the case, I've never been reckless. But I feel like I could be smarter when it comes to savings. Like I think at some point down the line, I'd be like, man, maybe I shouldn't have bought all those things. You know what I mean? Like from the 20s on, like if I could afford it, I would buy it. I wasn't ever thinking like, oh, I should. I've never been that person that's like obsessing over saving. I have a savings. I have a 401k. I mean, I'm doing the things I should do, but I could be better. But I've also that mindset of like, you only live once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to get this one thing. I want to get this thing. And as long as the bills are paid, that's always been my attitude. It's like as long as we're not living completely check to check and the bills are paid, I feel pretty good about things. But now with a kid, I'm trying to think a little bit differently.
Yeah, the kid will do that to you.
Right. Maybe I don't need to like get sushi every week.
You don't?
Well, hold on a second.
Come
Don't
on,
let the kid
man.
ruin that
Go
part.
crazy, Steve.
What are you, nuts? That
Yeah,
kid,
that's a good point. Dad needs to eat.
Yeah, give that kid up for adoption if you can't have sushi. I didn't know it was getting that bad.
No, you're right. You know, I mean, I don't want this child to go into this world without a father because I died from starvation.
Yeah, exactly.
Sushi it is today, boys.
Good job.
Nice.
All right. Well, 22 years is the average age where people say, yeah, I was a mess.
Man, I had no money at 22, so...
That's the funny part. You're right, Rev. Like, I made adjustments because I was so broke. Like, I was like, okay, I got to become an apartment manager so I don't have to pay rent. And, like, I did all those things. So I was still able to, go out to eat from time to time or go to a concert from time to time.
Yeah. Do you think you have your money in order? Because, like,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think I put all the 20s with the 20s and with the 5s with the 5s.
Pretty good.
So it's in order. Yeah, it's in, like, numerical order.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you have cash?
I do right now. It's kind of weird.
Weird.
Do you guys do you guys remember any kind of a wake-up call in your life? Or anything that happened in your life where you go, all right, I got to get my act together with cash?
There was a time where I looked at my debt and I was like, yeah, I need to clean this up. And so I was like, I think I was like $24,000 in debt or something like that. And I went down to zero and got into clear of it.
That's cool.
Congrats! Wow.
It was one of those, like, I'm never going to get out of debt, and that scared me enough to, like, go talk to someone.
That sucks, dude. It sucks when you feel like, wow, if I make the minimum payment, which is all I can make, I will never be free of this. That's a horrible feeling.
And I mean, I didn't go to college, so I didn't have any college debt, but I did accumulate debt, not quite that much. But it's one of those, like, a couple $1,000s isn't a lot of money to have, but it's a lot to owe. And so that was my wake up call. I'm like, well, if you want to still have like the life you have, like in the sense of going out to eat or going to go party because you're in your 20s, you need to hustle. You need to get your ass into gear money wise. And so that's why when I was younger, I got a second job because I wanted to be able to do the things I wanted to do and still have my stuff in order.
I feel like really, then I've heard stories from you all, and I got to tell you, I think I'm the worst.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I really, really do. Danny comes close because he had that much debt.
I think my wake up call was just like my card being declined, and like finding out that I didn't have any money in my savings, and that was like soon after college. I was like, okay,
that'll do it.
And then my whole mentality was, as long as I got about $1,000 in my savings account, I'm balling. that was like for the longest time.
Right?
Like, if it got under 1,000, I would start stressing. I'm like, got to figure out a way to make some money so I could get it back over 1,000.
Yeah.
Because if like something catastrophic happens, $1,000 will fix that.
Yeah, because this study says that more than half the people, almost 60%, say that if it wasn't for a rude awakening, they would never have gotten their money in order.
So what was your rude awakening?
It was when Kathy told me, "Hey, I'm expecting," and I had a part-time job, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta make this radio thing work. This is horrible."
Kid will do that, right?
Yeah. And so I had to figure it out. But then, even though I had the kid, I had another rude awakening in my 40s. Didn't have any savings. I mean, this is. I had no, Steve. Like you talked about 401k, I had nothing.
Nothing in the 40s.
I mean, you guys knew me.
Oh, you guys felt better about things.
Yeah,
I kicked myself for like starting my 401k late, but it was in my 30s.
Yeah, in my 40s, I had nothing, and I took a look at my kids, and I'm like, boy, if they want to go to college, if they want to do anything, and I just got to Seattle, and just was like not sure if I was going to have a job because I had to go into some serious negotiations about that. Only 3 months having been here, and I'm like, what a loser I am. I really just looked at my family and thought, they have put their trust in me. They've traveled all over the country. and I was 39. So it was like, I'm about to be 40. That's not a kid anymore. And I have nothing to show for the last 15 to 20 years of my life except just stupidity. Except I got this wife and this little boy and this even littler girl looking at me like, "You're our father." Wow, we really hit the jackpot. I mean, they just all had that look on their face. On their faces, like, "What a loser you are." They never said it, but I just felt it. So that's been my goal the last 20 years. Like, I got to get my act together and just start saving and pretend like I know what I'm doing. So, congratulations to all of you, because I think I'm the biggest loser on the show when it comes to financial recklessness.
Thanks so much.
No, we're all losers, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? But I am your leader. You have found somebody to inspire.
Glorious leader.
There you go. Financial recklessness, I am the one that will get you there.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a woman from Nashville. Her name is Portia. And she got home from a business trip to Las Vegas to find that her husband of 18 years, a man by the name of Brian, had left her and emptied out their apartment.
Dude, I watched the video of this, and it's crazy. It just looks like as if like someone just finished their move, and they have like maybe a couple more boxes to take out of their empty place before they go to the next house.
Wow. Portia says Brian did take almost everything, and Steve backs that up. We have the audio from the TikTok video, which you can catch on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. And, yeah, she went to TikTok letting everybody see this.
This is my apartment after I came back home from Vegas. I had a convention in Vegas, came home to my apartment completely wiped out. My husband left. He left me my jewelry. Yeah, and took everything else. He also took the washer and dryer out of here. I also took the bed, cut off the internet service so I can no longer work from home. And then cleared out the closet here, which y'all come to like. Cleared out the closet here and left the wedding dress in here. I'll leave that right there for him.
Dude, so I don't know what's worse, cutting off the internet or taking the washer and dryer. Like, who takes the washer and dryer?
Oh, well, you know what? If it's brand new, I mean, dude, I love my washer and dryer. I might be taking it.
Yeah. If I had to take, I would take mine too.
That was such a massive pain in the ass when we made the move. I was just like, if they want to like add a couple extra dollars to keep the washer and dryer, I'm more than happy to leave it for them.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That would have been. You know, she said that he didn't leave her any letter or any explanation. She also claimed that he blocked her phone number and social media pages to ensure that she wouldn't be able to get in contact with him when she returned home.
I know some website, like, I guess, that allegedly tracked him down. He says, hey, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, we were planning on getting separated. I just left her a little bit earlier than I planned. But, like, we've already been talking about getting separated. So there's a lot of, like, uncertainty behind the story of all this.
Yeah, she said that she and her husband had issues in their marriage. But that's as far as this story goes, and so you know you getting some more info about that, Steve. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that this is a surprise, and the fact that she goes to TikTok with this is also, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that's what people are doing, but to me, it just seems to be inappropriate. It's like, look, dude.
Inappropriate. It's going to get you a couple million views, BJ. There's nothing inappropriate about that.
And she's an entrepreneur. I found her Instagram page. Apparently, she is a self-love coach and speaker.
Oh, wow. Self-love coach, and she just got left.
I want to be a self-love coach. I put in like 10,000 hours at least in self-love.
It's a different kind of self-love, Steve.
Yeah, no doubt about it, sir. Malcolm Gladwell's got nothing on you.
Self-love is self-love. Yeah,
truth.
But she posts her videos to Instagram and TikTok, not Pornhub.
Yeah, and also, Steve, Vicky said your favorite word, entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unemployed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't do my work here now because he cut off the. Oh, it's like, okay, you know what? Really,
dude. I know some people are just like, of course, and she even joked about it. It's like, of course, there's internet detectives trying to be like, dude, you weren't at any kind of convention in Vegas, and then she had to like you were doing something scandalous because like, oh, convention in Vegas, and that's why she's like, I have pictures and receipts to prove that I was at a convention, and I was at the convention with my sister-in-law. Like, why would I go off to do scandalous stuff with someone that's connected to him?
Yeah, and I just think if you're a self-love coach, you know, anybody that's a coach that's going to tell you how to live your life, how does your credibility look that you show a video of your husband just walking out on you and you had no clue? Like you came home to that.
It's self-love. It's not love. I mean, she's proven that she's maybe best to be by herself and love herself.
And when she learns how to heal from this, she'll be like, I was able to heal from this. You can too.
For just 3 easy installments of $69.99.
You guys are pretty good at this.
Right. Yeah.
Or do the bundle deal for $420.
Yeah.
Well, you know, somebody's really learned a lot from her OnlyFans page, hasn't she?
A little bit.
Okay.
Now, it's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So this woman learns that she was dumped by her husband when she gets home to see that he had left and emptied out their apartment. Again, you can see the TikTok video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. So based on this, we want to know, what was the most memorable way that you were dumped? Or what was the most memorable way that you dumped someone? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Peter and Graham, you are on the Rock.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. So how about you? Were you the dumper or the dumpee?
So it was actually my dad that got dumped by his fourth ex-wife.
His fourth. Oh, she was okay. Well, there you go. How'd that happen?
My mom was number 2 at least.
All right.
Anyway, he worked graveyards, comes home about 8 o'clock in the morning, walks in through the front door, turns off the alarm, walks into the kitchen to get something out of the refrigerator. Refrigerator's gone. Turns around, walks back in the living room. Pictures are gone. Some of the furniture's gone. Come to find out the bed's gone.
Damn.
Took her stuff out of the garage. Moved out in the middle of the night.
Wow. The fourth wife. Did he ever go to number 5?
Yeah, I was wondering how many.
He did. And that one would have made it, but she ended up passing away of cancer, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
That's sad to hear.
But you would have said she would have stuck. She would have been. He finally found the right one.
I think so.
Yeah, 5 times a charm. That's the saying, right?
Wow.
I asked him one time how he did it so many times, and he said each time he thought he knew better after the last experience.
Yeah, I have to tell you,
love will
man,
do that to you, right?
Yeah, love will do that to you. I recently thank you for the call, Peter. I recently had a conversation with a lawyer, and we were talking about, like, what do you do, as you're getting older, and should I have all my affairs? How do I have to figure this out? And the comment he made really stuck with me. He said, well, you know what? If your wife outlives you, yeah, well, chances are she's just going to keep everything for herself, because women, for some reason, at an older age, are done with us. He goes, my experience, I don't see women remarrying when they're beyond 60 some odd years old.
Really?
He goes, men, for some reason, I don't know why, but we continue to do it, and we don't learn our lesson. Where women are smart enough to realize, yeah, well, I'm done with it. I don't need to be married again. And so that's what he told me. I go, what is it about women that are smart enough to know that? Like, we keep getting back in the ring and keep getting our asses kicked if marriage didn't work the first or second time for us. Women, on the other hand, they're kind of like, yeah, especially the older they get, they go, yeah, I'm done. I was married. I learned. I did that. I'm done with that.
Well, the women don't have the nature's poor decision maker, which is what's between our legs.
Yeah, you're right about
that. That's probably why. Sometimes you don't make the brightest decisions based on that.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, as much as, you can't use that as an excuse, at the same time, it does explain a lot.
It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just sometimes that's just how it is.
206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. What was the most memorable way that you were dumped, or what was the most memorable way that you dumped someone? Let's go to Ian in Puyallup. Ian, you are on the Rock. Hello, Ian.
Ian.
Hi.
What's up, everybody?
There
Good morning.
There you are, Ian. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, first, I just want to say I'm the guy that lit his head on fire on the 4th of July when I called at one point in time to you guys.
You know something? You're our own Human Torch, Johnny Storm. We'll always love you.
It's good to have you on.
Oh, yeah. This is another 4th of July story you guys will love. So I got dumped.
Okay. Oh, you got dumped on the 4th of July?
Day after, but 4th of July is what caused it.
It's not a good holiday for you, but okay.
Oh, dude, it's great. I love it.
Right.
I'm over at my dad's house again. I bring my new girlfriend over to meet the family and friends. And next thing I know, there's a 30-man street brawl we're involved in.
What?
And, some people that didn't live in the neighborhood showed up, started shooting fireworks off at my grandma and some other family members. Then my grandma got punched in the face. And a giant brawl ensued.
What?
Where
the hell do you live that something like this?
That doesn't happen in my area.
Yeah, where do you live that this could happen? That people would just show up to a neighborhood and start shooting fireworks at a grandma? What? Oh, he's gone.
We lose him?
Well, all right.
Maybe we asked too many questions, BJ.
We asked way too many questions.
Now I'm not so surprised that he set his head on fire at some point.
Rev, so what was the story after the fact? I mean,
just that he got into that epic fight. I didn't know about any grandma punching.
Oh.
So, he added that detail to that one.
And so did he get dumped because of the fight?
He got dumped because of the fight.
Oh, well, I can't blame anybody that says, I don't want to be involved in this. This is not what I... When does that ever happen to any human being, where all of a sudden people come to your neighborhood and shoot fireworks at your grandmother? Really?
Yeah, if I ended up it seemed like wherever we go, chaos happens. Either you're setting your head on fire or people are punching your grandma. I don't know if I can handle this anymore, sir.
Might be time, Ian. Might be time to look in that mirror and just say, "Hey, am I a trouble magnet?" Just that's all.
Oh, how about this text said, I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me, so I found out who the new girl was, and she and I both met him at a bowling alley to confront him. He was speechless. He hung his head and walked away. Rock on from Mrs. Jones.
Oh, Mrs. Jones has had quite a life. Good for you, Mrs. Jones.
You think you'd at least finish his game? Did he have his bowling shoes on at the prom time?
Yeah.
Because then you have to have that awkward, here's my shoes.
Yeah, if you got a perfect game going, Steve, you're right. You got to finish that game. Yeah, you really do. Let's go to Amy in Elk Plain. Amy, you are on the rock. Hello, Amy.
Amy.
Hello.
Oh, there she is.
Good morning.
I don't know why people can't hear me. Hi, Amy, welcome to the show. What do you got for us?
So I was dumped the night before my birthday.
Oh,
My
that's
husband sent me and my girlfriends out on a wine walk.
Oh.
To celebrate with them so that it would just be us on my birthday.
All right.
And when I came home, he was gone, lock, stock, and barrel.
Whoa.
Damn.
This is your husband.
My ex-husband, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I get that. Obviously, he's
Did
the
you ever
ex-husband
find
for
out
that.
why?
Yeah, that's.
No, he never admitted why, but on Valentine's Day that next year, I had emptied the house. I split everything in half, delivered him his half, and his coworker's car was in his driveway. And I had thought that they were having a thing, but he's never admitted it.
So there you go. So you knew something was up, and then finally his leaving. But so he just left and never really officially got a divorce, and never was able man enough to come up to you and go, "Look, it's just not working for me, and we need to end this." He never did that.
No.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, so I look, I don't understand. I mean, I understand it's a tough thing to do, and I appreciate the call, Amy. Come on, dudes. Look, if you're not happy with somebody, believe me, it'll be better for them if you just tell them, look, it ain't working out. I'm sorry. I know it's going to be painful. But in the long run, they'll go find somebody that will be happy with them, and you're doing them a favor.
Right.
Buck up.
Do the honorable old-fashioned thing and send them a text and say it's over.
Yeah, if you don't want to be old-fashioned, then do it on TikTok.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but do it
however
somehow.
you want to do it. Yeah.
How about somebody said I was going through a divorce or about to? A friend of mine served my ex-wife the papers at the bar next to all of her friends while she was out partying with them. As he was handing the divorce papers to her, he said, "Adam sends his love."
Oh.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
His final love.
Yeah. I kind of like that move. It's a power move. You know what I mean?
Someone said my ex-girlfriend broke up with me on my 18th birthday right after my birthday dinner. After I paid for her dinner. She said I was holding her back in life. She got fired from McDonald's and still lives with her mom.
Well, see what he did? I mean, she would have been a star at McDonald's if not for him.
Another text says, after visiting my girlfriend of 9 months at her apartment, we ended up having sex, and afterwards she was talking about space and hinting of a breakup. I asked, could I at least get my pants back on before breaking up with me? She said she hadn't planned the sex part, so at least I got the consolation prize.
I feel like that's a nice
Was he
prize.
dating Vicky? Because isn't that what happened with you?
Kind of like that reminds me of another weird breakup story I had.
Oh,
where,
you got more than one. All
yeah.
right.
Where we were in the middle of an act, if you will, and he had this weird look on his face, not the look you want a guy to have. I'm like, are you okay? And he kind of looked like upset. I'm like, do you need to take a break? Do we need to stop what we're doing?
Like, did you pull a muscle?
And he's like, yeah, we do need to take a break. But the way he said that, I was like, what kind of break?
Right, we're not talking a 15-minute break.
This is the forever
like,
break.
do you need a Gatorade or like, are you wanting to pull a Ross and Rachel kind of break?
Or no Vicky aid. What do you need?
Right. And he's like, I think we need to take a break from each other. I'm like, cool. Could you at least get off of me first before saying that? Like, we were in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Stuff was still happening.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
did it kill the mood?
A little bit. We ended
A
up
little
dating
bit.
on and off for 2 years, Ross and Racheling that crap. So
Really?
do
Oh, you
not
mean
recommend.
you still gave that guy some chances?
I was 18. Yeah,
Oh, good.
so
Well,
do not recommend.
Nobody can say, though, Vicky doesn't give you chances. I mean, that's the one good thing I get out of that story is, you know what, Vicky will give you chances even if you're an idiot. I mean,
You're saying there's a chance.
Not anymore, because
not
I'm
anymore?
older, I'm crankier, I'm getting the gray hairs.
You ain't got time for that crap.
Exactly. It's like,
Oh.
you're not, if you pull that, like, okay, bye.
all right, peace out.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, if you are in the middle of a romantic activity with somebody and decide you are, and you're not even done and decide to say something like that, you're kind of an idiot. I'm just going to say that right now. It's like it occurred to you just then. Like, really? You finish the job, then maybe afterwards,
Or
maybe you
even
might say
before.
something.
Then
Like, I
leave
don't
and then send a text like we do in the old days.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Be like Steve, that antiquated bastard sending texts to everybody.
I was the person that I was told over email that my wife wanted a divorce. I never talked to her after that. She just ghosted me, from John in Puyallup.
Damn.
Yeah, people are so afraid of just telling somebody it's over and then seeing them in pain. It really sucks because it is the worst thing to do to get ghosted, and because some people may not know, they may not be as aware as you of how miserable you are. That's why you got to tell them.
Nobody wants to have that hard conversation. It sucks.
It sucks, but at the same time, if it happened to you, you go, "What's wrong with humans? Why, why keep people this much of a douche? Especially like in the world of employment. Why can't they just tell me I didn't get the job?" I hear that so much by people that they never get told no, and they never really know, and that's just what we do as humans, and it sucks.
Right. Just hit the send button on that text. I mean,
that's all you have to do.
Up.
Steve's making it easier. Like I said, man.
And if you see the 3 bubbles popping up after you sent that text, put your phone down and walk away from it. You did your job.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Fall is in the air. The kids are on the soccer field, and you're holding your coffee, thinking,
how is this only the first quarter?
Then you remember, you brought Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey from Heritage Distilling. Just a few drops in your cup, and there you go. You got this. Just 30 more less painful minutes. Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey, the soccer parents' little secret. Cocoa Bomb, 35% ABV, Gig Harbor, Washington.
At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. At Seattle Credit Union, we believe in our communities and the people we serve. The path to U.S. citizenship can be expensive, which is why we offer citizenship loans to cover the costs associated with this process. We also offer a fee-based alternative for each citizen loan type for people who would prefer not to pay any interest. Visit seattlecu.com to learn more, or give us a call at 855-575-9352 to speak with a friendly loan expert to get started today. Seattle Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender, NMLS ID 490518. Members were compensated for participation.
If you need a place to enjoy the best years of your life after 60, help at home, or rehab after surgery, Carriage is here for you. Carriage is a family-owned healthcare and senior living company that puts people first. Enjoy a vibrant retirement in an elegant, amenity-rich community in Washington or California. Rehab after surgery in Bellevue or Renton, or care at home throughout King, Pierce, and Thurston counties. We're here for you. Learn more at carriage.com.
Pipes, camera, action. When Jones Plumbing started to back up, she knew she had a big problem. That's when she called Spartan Plumbing. They arrived on time and showed her a dirty movie of her sewer. Spartan Plumbing knew what had to be done, explained everything, and worked tirelessly to clear the clog. For all your plumbing needs, call Spartan Plumbing, 253-306-0309 or SpartanPlumbingInc.com. free dirty movies with sewer inspection.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A California couple vacationing in Arkansas discovered a massive diamond at a state park. And they were walking around a park called Crater of Diamonds. So I guess, it's the only diamond mine in the U.S. open to the public.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That you go somewhere and pick diamonds? What the hell are we doing picking pumpkins today, babe?
Yeah. By the way, don't call me babe.
Oh, my bad.
Here's Noreen and Michael talking about the 4.38 carat yellow diamond they found.
Moved a little bit of the dirt out of the way, and it was a good-sized rock, and there was no dirt that was sticking to it once I picked it up, so I thought it could be a diamond.
You have a 4.38 carat yellow diamond. I found it hard to believe. We're two people who just wanted to experience digging for diamonds in a real diamond field. It must have been our day.
I'm so confused by all this. Do you get to keep that diamond? And how much is that diamond worth?
Yeah, none of that's in the story that I have. And first of all, I would have not thought that was a diamond because of the yellow color. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah, and looking at another article online, it says Craters of Diamonds is the only diamond mine accessible to the public, and visitors can keep the diamonds, which are mostly commonly white, brown, or yellow.
Does it say what something like that would be worth? I mean, it sounds.
That's
big
what I
as
was
heck.
trying to look for. Yeah, it seems like it would be worth something.
Why wouldn't they tell you in that story? I mean, come on, America.
I've read multiple stories. It doesn't give you a price for that. I think you have to have it you have to go somewhere to have it chipped down or something like that. I don't know. I don't understand diamonds.
Yeah, but I feel like it's still got to be worth something.
I mean, they sell yellow diamonds at jewelry stores, and they're just as expensive. I mean, they're a little bit cheaper than clear diamonds because most people want the clear sparkle,
right?
But
I'll take a yellow sparkle.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still just as expensive for a yellow diamond.
I couldn't tell how big it was from the video I saw.
It's about the size of a jelly bean, they say.
Oh, okay. That's not that big, but it's still pretty amazing.
If it's a diamond, that's huge.
Yeah.
If you had a ring with a jelly bean on it, you'd be like, damn, that's a sick diamond.
Yeah. I think of a Pink Panther diamond, like the kind you see in the movies, like a giant diamond, like those big, it's the agave blue diamond or whatever. I don't know.
It's only $10 to go pick diamonds at this place.
Well,
that seems crazy.
And then
I feel like they made money.
You can get a basic diamond hunting kit or an advanced diamond hunting kit for $15.
Has anybody Googled what a 4.38 carat yellow diamond is worth? Yeah?
I'm still having hard
Wow, it's not even telling you? Why don't you ask Alexa? Maybe she can tell us.
Yeah, it's a good point. Alexa has answers to everything.
Yeah, she knows everything. Is she ready to go, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
All right, just ask Alexa, what is a 4.38 carat yellow diamond worth?
Alexa, what is a 4.38 carat diamond worth?
Okay, then.
I don't know that.
Tapped out.
Come on, Alexa.
Looking on CNN, they say it's not clear what the diamond is worth. The park does not do appraisals, but a 3.03 carat diamond found in the park in 1990 was later cut into a 1.09 carat with round shape and set in a gold ring, and the park bought that ring for $34,000 in donations and is on display at the visitor center.
Okay, so
they got to cut it down.
They'll have to cut it down and turn it into something, yeah.
2.02 carat yellow diamond is worth $7,000 on just a normal jewelry.
And so you just go to a freaking park and pick these things? It's nuts.
Yeah.
What are we doing, guys? Let's go.
I was going to say, I found a 5.05 carat fancy yellow diamond that's been kind of shaped up and everything for $75,000.
Whoa!
So how hard is it to find? Because I read that the reason why they were able to find this diamond they felt is because recently there was a big rainstorm and that kind of brought the ground level down a little bit more so they can things came up. I don't know, but How hard is it to find a diamond at this park, I wonder?
Well, this is the first we've heard of anybody doing it in a long time, I guess, to this level.
One
So
texter
I guess-
says that, yeah, you could keep the diamonds. I've heard several stories of people finding diamonds at that park. One dude found the diamond that he used for his engagement ring. That's pretty cool. I picked my diamond.
As of this year, 258 diamonds have been registered at the park, so about 1 or 2 a day.
Wow.
Wow. That's thousands right there.
Where is this?
Arkansas. So we got to go to Arkansas.
So that's why I'll never go.
Yeah.
Are there any theme parks in
yeah.
Arkansas to make it worth my time?
Yeah, well, the Crater of Diamonds Park is a theme. It's called Making Money theme.
This place has a lot of cool things, actually, because if you go to the Arkansas state parks, you can look at fall colors, hiking, diamond digging, fishing, horseback riding, geocaching, whatever that is, boating.
Geocaching is like going on a treasure hunt. Like you have a certain map kind of
it's
thing.
like is it like Pokemon Go for people that are like really
Yeah,
walkers?
it's like the older, more original version of that sort of thing.
all right.
Steve, they do have a place called Magic Springs.
Magic Springs.
And they've got the X Coaster. Ooh. And it's a roller coaster that shoots you 150 feet in the air and then goes down a 360-degree corkscrew.
And you have the diamond, too, to keep you...
Well, I'll go there first, get my diamond, sell it, and then I'll bypass it to the Magic Springs.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, it sounds like an outdoorsman's dream if you're thinking about all the fall colors and the fishing and all that, and it seems like probably a cool place.
They have a
water park too.
The state park has an awesome water park.
It's Magic Springs. It's a theme and water park.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
Time
now
to
you have a
road
reason
trip.
to go.
They got
Let's
the
do
brain
it.
drain. Oh, I don't like that.
I don't know if we want that.
Excuse me.
It's one of those ones that shoots you like go up high and then it just goes straight down.
Like a drop.
I
hate those. Yeah, you don't need that.
Oh, they got the gauntlet. That looks pretty sick. Oh man, Arkansas is starting to sound cool.
Come for the diamonds, stay for the roller coasters.
Pretty much.
Come on for the diamond, Steve, and I'll bring Monica. That's all I know from Arkansas.
That was a wow.
That was Bill Clinton. He was
we got it. No, who else?
Yeah.
Who else could that be?
Yeah, he was going to Arkansas. Say, Steve, come to Arkansas, my home state. Is what he was.
I got kids' rides too. Yeah. Not Bill Clinton. I'm talking about the Magic Springs. Sorry, context.
Sorry. You have to be certain tall. You have to be quite tall to ride that ride. Like you. Well, last month, people were complaining on Reddit about things that used to be great but suck now.
Everything.
Oh.
Well, I will tell you right now, the one thing they complain about is YouTube with ads, which I understand that people don't like, but I have no idea what that's about since I'm a YouTube premium
humble
guy.
bragger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic to be able, it's like YouTube's my own channel without having any commercials at all.
Totally agree.
It's worth it. Plus, they have a music service. It's not as functional as Spotify, but at least you can get every song you want and make a playlist. I mean, so what
That's
else
all
do
you need, really,
Yeah.
No, I mean, there are times so often that I'm like, I just want to watch this minute-long clip, and then I go on and there's like a 40-second commercial. I'm like, I'm sitting through a 40-second commercial to watch a minute-long. Like, this is just stupid.
I watch so many YouTube videos, and so does my wife. It was the best investment I ever made because we use YouTube a lot. So, But I get it. I get that it's a lot more difficult now with YouTube. More ads than ever.
I think because it was something that existed for so long for free. I still have a hard time being willing to pay money for it, even though I know it's worth it, and it obviously has its massive benefits that you've just talked about.
I crossed that bridge a long time ago with cable television.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, that really was the argument. I'm old enough. That was the argument when cable first came out. My father, I am not paying for TV. It's been free all these years. And I would just fight like hell with him. But, Dad, there's a skillion more channels, all sorts of cool things. Come on, Dad, let's get cable for the house. Yeah, it didn't happen. This one I don't know if I agree with, but maybe because I'm very choosy with what I watch, and that's films. People think that films used to be really good, but now they suck. And
there's always been crappy movies.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this Reddit user they're saying because of the writing and all the money that goes to remake and all the Marvel movies, which...
Oh, maybe they just don't like Marvel movies then.
Yeah, if they don't like Marvel movies or remakes, that's about 75% of the movies out there right now, so I kind of get what they're saying. But there's still some good ones out there.
I was that way about Westerns. I remember growing up, it was like, I hate the movie industry, I hate the television industry, because it seems like it's either all detective shows or Westerns. Of course, I was a guy that wanted more sci-fi on my television and my movies, so... I don't think it's fair just because you don't like the genre.
That'd be like saying music used to be great but sucks now. It's like, well, I mean, maybe you just your taste has decided that you don't want to try new things. You know what I mean? So you're not willing to expose yourself to some good stuff out there because it's not the comfort music that you're used to.
And I would argue that, I mean, Marvel's got some of the best writers and animators and CGI people and whatever you want that, yeah, I could get if you're not a fan of the genre or even you don't care about Marvel, but you can't take a shot at their writing and the production of the movies. I'm talking about, the MCU. They put they know we're going to pay for it. So they put every dollar they can to make it as great as it can be. So I disagree with the fact that those movies are badly written or badly produced. This one here, again, we got a list of what Reddit users felt used to be good but now suck. And I'm going to have to go to Danny and Vicky on this one. They're talking about makeup.
Yeah, Danny.
Those two people.
Yeah, it really does.
You don't wear as much eyeliner these days.
It's true. You know what? It's just because it's expensive and it just doesn't smudge right.
I mean, I think that's kind of a dumb one because makeup used to be really, really crappy. It used to be really bad for your skin, and it didn't look good. So I don't know why they're complaining.
The reason is not what you both gave, actually. The reason is that it used to be fairly simple to use makeup. Now they say social media makes it seem like you need 100 different primers, creams, and contouring tools to look acceptable. And that is true. I remember my wife and, just what she would do every morning to put makeup on. And it is so not the procedure that now I see with videos or whatever. It is definitely a lot more complex.
That's only for people who really want it. Like I see very few people who actually spend the time day to day to do that. I might see it for like a special occasion, but I feel like people are just kind of getting into their heads that is the norm when really it's not.
I do love those videos of watching them because it's just it's pretty crazy how someone could take like however you look without any makeup to like the before then to the after. It's almost like you look like a completely different person. That stuff's kind of fascinating.
It's very much an art form.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Next one we've got Danny. I think you can comment on this, and maybe Steve a little bit, though Danny's really the expert, and that's theme parks.
Oh, yeah.
Any reason why, Danny, you would say they suck now and they used to be good?
Well, because when Disneyland opened, it was like $3 to go or something like $1 a day. And now it's, basically $200 and whatever a day to go. It's just so overpriced.
You don't even get to see Tool when you go.
Yeah. And then you get there and the long lines and...
That's what I would say.
Yeah, or you're going to have to pay more for... Now they're doing a whole new app service that you have to pay more for to get your Fast Pass. They don't do Fast Passes anymore. So it's like...
You have to have the app and then you have to log on and pick a time.
Yeah.
It's bullcrap, BJ.
So what we could wonder is, has it kept up with the times? In other words, are prices commensurate with what they were back, say, in the 80s? In 1981, a one-day pass to Disney World was $9.50. So it's cheap, but you go, all right, but what is that today? Well, that's only $29 today. And Danny, can you get into Disney World for $29 today?
No. I think maybe nowadays it's like the cheapest for a day pass is like $100. At least $100. I think it broke $100 last year.
So isn't that interesting? So basically, if we take a look at the cost of living and things, it's like apparently things are 3 times more expensive than they were in the 80s if we go by that formula with what a Disney ticket was. So what has changed? Is it because of the insane type of parks they have now? It's not as elaborate back then. Is that why? Because I mean that is just a hell of a markup.
No, I think it's what Steve said is if people are willing to pay it, you just keep pushing that line of what are people going to do, and they're still selling out the park.
Yeah, you have $70 tickets, and you're like, well, should we charge that much? And you're like, oh, well, we're packed out, no different than when we started charging for $40. Let's up it up again and just keep doing that.
And we need to put $2 million into Star Wars Land to build it, so how are we going to make that money?
Yeah, I'm working with Todd Peach right now to save enough for my future so I could take my child to Disney World one day.
Yep.
Good call.
So really, I would have to say it's probably my generation and
thanks, PJ.
No, hold on. The younger people of my generation and then everybody from Gen X has basically said, please make my Star Wars and my Harry Potter stuff, please. And then they did it and said, well, we're going to charge you a lot of money. Because I will tell you this. I remember going to Disney World in the 80s, and it was fun. It was but it was nowhere near as amazing as it is now. I mean, Harry Potter Land that we went to in Universal Studios, Universal Studios, that was more elaborate than anything I remember from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They created it brick by brick.
Oh, 100%. Things are way cooler now.
Yeah, so I bet that, I mean, there is something to be said for, like, you know, Disney's like, we'll pay a skillion to make Star Wars Land, and we will charge you a skillion to get in. And you know what? People of my generation and younger are like, I will pay.
Someone said I paid $1,180 for Tool. Floor center, row 11.
Whoa!
That's a lot of money.
How many tickets did they say? 2?
I got to imagine it's for a pair, but I could be. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, $500 a ticket to be in a good seat. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. That's why everything in the world sucks. All right, happy day.
Thanks, you greedy effers.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Pipes, camera, action. When Jones Plumbing started to back up, she knew she had a big problem. That's when she called Spartan Plumbing. They arrived on time and showed her a dirty movie of her sewer. Spartan Plumbing knew what had to be done, explained everything, and worked tirelessly to clear the clog. For all your plumbing needs, call Spartan Plumbing, 253-306-0309 or SpartanPlumbingInc.com. Free dirty movies with sewer inspection.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A former Disney park employee who posts videos on TikTok recalls being dressed as Tinkerbell and having married men hit on her, and it happened a lot, I guess.
This is a unique question because I feel like if dudes are going to be creeps and hit on you, they're going to hit on you whether or not you're a character or not. But there were many moments, especially as Tinkerbell, when I had married men, hand me keys to their hotel room and tell me where they were staying.
Wow. That's rather aggressive.
That sure is aggressive. What
hey, babe,
makes
go get me a
brain...
pretzel. Here.
Wow. What makes you, first of all, then how do you arrange that? You know, like, is your wife going to be involved? I mean, are the kids in different rooms? I mean, that is just so ridiculous if they're married. Unless they happen to be like Danny and they love to just go on a Disney vacation and sometimes they'll go by themselves.
Yeah. But then how would they know?
Yeah.
Like, how would she know they were married? I guess, yeah. I forget rings or anything.
Yeah, I don't know if she's
wear
really...
wedding rings. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if she's doing make-em-ups or these guys are really creeps. I mean, no doubt about it. She's an attractive woman and creepy guys will be hitting on her. That I believe.
I mean, in order to take your family, you got to be rich as all hell anyway. Because of how the price of the tickets these days. But what if the guy, and of course this is just a gigantic make-em-up, but you never know. What if he has a separate hotel room for, the Disney character hookups?
Wow.
So he's like, I'll try Tinkerbell. If that doesn't work, I'll try Cinderella. If that doesn't work, screw it. Shrek, what are you doing later?
True.
I'm just, if he's able to get his own hotel room, Steve, I want that not for hookups. I want it just to get some peace and quiet.
Fair enough. Hey, where are you going? I'm just going to go to the lobby. I'm going to use the bathroom down there. And then you just go to your other hotel room.
I like the girl's T-shirt she's wearing, though. It says Seattle on a heart.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah.
Maybe. Tinkerbell's from Seattle?
Apparently.
I had no idea. So is this where Neverland is?
Yes.
I mean,
first Blippi, now Tinkerbell. I'm finding out Seattle's got all the people.
It's got all the places. Wow. You don't have to grow up then. I mean, because that's the whole idea, right?
Sadly, the story doesn't surprise me at all, though. Just because, I just could see this happening tons at Disneyland.
Well, you got so many people.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine that out of the thousands upon thousands of people that come through the doors, there's going to be a couple of creeps. And then, all of a sudden they're thinking that they're Captain Cool Guy and they're like, hey, Tinkerbell.
And first of all, it's like, how do you think that works? I mean, I would love to know. I don't know who you got to be. Maybe you've got to be the most handsome and affluent person in the world for that to work. But my brain goes, that would work on me. If Tinkerbell gave me the key to her room. But then again, I'd be worried if I'd have my kidneys at the end. I'd be in a bathtub with ice.
Like Peter Pan's waiting in the closet.
Yeah,
I got him.
Yeah, I would.
Got him.
I look in the mirror every day, Steve, and I'm like, there's no way Tinkerbell's coming and asking me to go to her hotel room. But what guy thinks that works? Like, what woman is like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been in this with all these kids. I'm waiting for Jimmy and his hotel key.
Well, you say, I mean, there's some people that just are in their head. They think that, think about the guys that will catcall women out on the streets. in some way in their mind, they think it's going to work. Yeah. Otherwise, why are you doing this?
They're dumb.
Yes. Yes, of course. But they think it's going to work.
I used to get in fights with my friends all the time about this.
Well, you guys were catcalling the ladies?
Well,
on the construction site?
Some of my friends would do stuff like that, though, when we were younger and hang out and call the ladies, where no matter what, if we're driving in a car, if we're just hanging out. And I'm like, I just thought, what are you, an idiot? How do you think that's going to work?
My favorite is with social media nowadays. Like, guys have no shame. Like, I'll get in my inbox, I'll have guys like, I want to take you out, we should go. And then sometimes it gets more explicit, but they don't realize, or maybe they do, that their profile picture is them with their wife. It's like, you're asking me out, but I can see that you're married. Do you think I'm dumb, or are you?
Or they're just like, well, that if she says yes, she sees the picture, so she knows I'm not trying to dupe her. You know what I mean? Like, that might be like the not so subtle way, like, look, I'm in a relationship, but I kind of want you on the side, like my hash browns.
Or also, hey, babe, can you be my hash brown?
You want to be my hash browns, Vicky?
So that's a thing, I guess, where dudes are just like, hey, look, I want you to know up front, I got somebody, but I'm looking for a mistress.
Well, and
basically,
honestly,
looking for a side piece.
Movies and TV, they tell you that it's going to work. You hear it all the time. You see movies. You see. I'm not saying that they should think that all women are the same like that.
No, but in real life, romantic comedies are really stalker situations.
They really are.
They are.
You think about it, it's like, well, of course the girl's not going to sleep with you if you just automatically go up and talk to her on the street. Like, it's just not going to happen.
You mean standing outside of our house with a boombox playing a bad Peter Gabriel song is not going to work?
Oh, weird.
Wait, do you mean there are no starships and I can't go outside the galaxy? You telling me that it's not real what I see on the TV
talk
screens?
to Jeff Bezos.
That's why I watch wrestling. At least you know that's real.
It's real to me.
So it's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, to quote the great Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, but
he was talking about hockey and a puck and trying to score goals.
And not Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
And then Disney World with your
I guess
family.
if you're just trying to bang somebody, okay. I guess I understand that. Maybe somebody will say yes. But I mean, I knew
a dude in college who would call it when the quote unquote ugly lights would go on, which was just basically the lights to turn on to tell everybody to get the hell out. He called it like his 2-minute drill. And he would just go around to everybody. It didn't matter. Like he would pick, obviously start with girls that he was attracted to, but then he would go to like whoever's willing to just like look at him. And it was just basically, you want to go back to my place and have some fun? And it did work from time to time. But I couldn't imagine doing that. Like I couldn't imagine just like, okay, it's 1:51 and they just turned the lights on. All right, it's go time. Let me go hit up every single woman that's in this bar and see which one wants to come back to my room with me.
Yeah, I would think that like the women would see that they were number 10 on the list. Like, you're in that bar, but I guess not. Maybe people are drunk, not paying attention, or it doesn't matter. Like, I hope he comes to me.
Oh, it turns out Tinkerbell is actually originally from Seattle.
Oh, nice. Tinkerbell. Good for you.
Although one texter said that apparently like the story, a bunch of our coworkers discredited it and said that she's a diva.
Oh, so they know her.
Well, I mean, everyone knows Tinkerbell.
Well,
Tinkerbell.
I mean, it is a little.
Diva.
It does seem odd that married men would give her their hotel key because the average dude at Disneyland. I mean, if you're at Disneyland, what are you doing at Disneyland if you've got cash and no kids? You know what I'm saying? Like you're
having fun. Clearly,
say that'd be me 100%.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Like I said, you have a lot of cash and no kids. Danny, you're at Disneyland. You don't have a lot of cash and you have kids.
Grant, replace cash with hallucinogenics if I was single and going to Disneyland. That would be me.
Whoa.
Yeah, but you weren't married.
Right.
That's why her story is unbelievable to me. It's a married man who probably is there with his family, giving him his hotel, giving her the. I could see if he was hitting on her, but she said sliding him the key. That makes that. I don't know. I think there may be a little diva to that. I'm not believing the story. You know what? I
believe it happened at least once.
I think it definitely happened.
Maybe it's been exaggerated, but I believe it's happened at least once.
You believe a married dude?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
I did see somebody comment. It's like, I'm friends with an Ariel who that would happen to all the time, and she would say, "Oh, another one. That's the fourth one for my collection today." And apparently, dudes would get really upset hearing that. Because you're not allowed to say no if you're a Disney character.
To anything.
No, like if you say like,
"Will
hey,
you smell my
Tinkerbell,"
feet?" and they'd have to say yes.
You have to find a way to not say the actual word no. Like if it's a kid saying like, "Tinkerbell, can you fly?" It's like, well, I don't really think that Peter Pan would like that very much right now. So they kind of have to walk around it. So
I'd be a terrible Disney character.
Yeah, you would.
I'd be like, leave me alone. That's not no.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're not wrong.
You'd be a great Sesame Street Oscar character. Like they put you in the trash can. You'd be perfect.
Yeah. Piss off, kid. Wow. I didn't say no.
Yeah. Didn't say no. You're absolutely
Do you
right.
think that there's like that person brought that her coworkers thought she was a diva? So I'd imagine like depending on the character you are, there's a certain level of arrogance probably with some of these actors and actresses that like if you're Mickey Mouse, I got to imagine that you're like your head's bigger than actual Mickey Mouse's head. Like you're just like
their heads are pretty big in those costumes.
That's what I mean. Massive ego, right? You hit Mickey Mouse level, you're probably like, yeah, F off, everyone.
Well,
I'm not.
You see, that's an interesting thing, Danny. Is that true, or is it that if you get to play Mickey, you're the best of the best?
I'm not going to go with Mickey, but I'll say that I know that there's ranks in terms of what kind of cast member you are. So it's like if you're a cast member who is Mickey, who just does the meet and greets, you just stand there and pose. Whereas they also have Mickeys who are dancers and do the shows. And the ones that are dancers, they obviously have more quote unquote talent because they have to move around and these things. And from what I've heard, they're the more like, pinky up type.
Okay.
Like, don't talk to me type.
I
of
studied at this dance school.
Yeah. Or
there's like Mickey Mouse, and I dance at Disney.
Yeah, there's the Tinkerbell that just takes pictures and walks around with Peter Pan. There's also the one that flies during Fantasmic. Like,
I bet she's like on another level.
Yeah. She probably says to Diva Tinkerbell over there, "Get out of here." Nobody even gets close enough to hand me a key because I'm flying.
I would watch a documentary about like the
underbelly.
My wife watches that Above Below Deck, whatever the hell that show's called, the one about like just like the insanity that happens with the staff of like a yacht or a boat
private
cruise
yachts
thing.
that are rented out.
Yeah, like I would watch a documentary about. And of course, Disney would never sign off on this, but of the mascots and the characters, and just the drama that's happening behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Disney would never do that show, at least not today. But then again, if you can convince them it makes enough money, who knows?
Well, especially
like Goofy's gunning for your job, Mickey. You better watch out.
Especially with Disney World, because Disney World is like has a bunch of tunnels under Disney, like where that's how the characters get around to get to parades and stuff like that. And I've heard some crazy stories. And they also have the college program there, so a lot of the characters are all just like college kids who don't care and just go get super wasted after every shift.
Oh, so like Disney After Hours is probably just nuts.
Pleasure Island at Disney World.
Man, let's watch that. That should be a show. Disney After Hours, Pleasure Island edition.
Right? They just get hammered on the grounds.
Yeah.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes, those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
If you need a place to enjoy the best years of your life after 60, help at home, or rehab after surgery, Carriage is here for you. Carriage is a family-owned healthcare and senior living company that puts people first. Enjoy a vibrant retirement in an elegant, amenity-rich community in Washington or California. Rehab after surgery in Bellevue or Renton, or care at home. Throughout King, Pierce, and Thurston counties, we're here for you. Learn more at carriage.com. If you need a place to enjoy the best years of your life after 60, help at home, or rehab after surgery, Carriage is here for you. Carriage is a family-owned healthcare and senior living company that puts people first. Enjoy a vibrant retirement in an elegant, amenity-rich community in Washington or California. Rehab after surgery in Bellevue or Renton, or care at home. Throughout King, Pierce, and Thurston counties, we're here for you. Learn more at carriage.com.
Winter is rapidly approaching, so prepare now. Your outdoor and crawl space pipes are susceptible to freezing temperatures, cracks, and bursts that could leave you with thousands in repairs or irreparable damage. At Spartan Plumbing, our experts ask the right questions, giving honest and knowledgeable answers, and making sure we're recommending the right solution for your unique system before disaster strikes. Call Spartan for your consultation today, 253-306-0309, or visit SpartanPlumbingInc.com. Spartan Plumbing, repaired right the first time.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details.
At Valentine Roofing, we love our customers, and our customers love the service they receive. That's probably why we've won several awards, including the Angie Super Service Award, Next Door Neighborhood Favorite Award, and the Howe's Best of Service Award. From roof cleaning, gutter installation, to roof replacement, our promise to excellent customer service begins with the very first phone call. This Valentine's Day, we want to return the love with a free material warranty upgrade and priority scheduling based on your schedule. Go to ValentineRoof.com and enter promo code LOVEMyRoof.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs. This time it turned down for tequila, right?
Charge out for what?
Wow,
Tequila. Forgot we're doing that.
Yeah, so we're turning down for tequila. We've gone from tacos to
why
tequila.
not? We've grown.
Yeah, we have.
We hit legal age, and now we're just, gonna do that.
Perfect.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Pat in Tacoma. Pat, are you there?
I seem to be.
Excellent. Good.
All
well,
right.
Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Pat will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Pat, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Chris Cornell performed You Know My Name for which 2006 James Bond film?
Oh, good God, pass.
Which sport was invented by Dr. James Naismith in 1891?
Golf?
No.
Baseball?
No.
Soccer?
No. In what movie did Molly Ringwald and Emilio Estevez spend a day in detention?
Breakfast Club?
Yes. Neil Diamond had the late 60s song titled Sweet What?
Caroline?
Yes.
Yeah.
What food company produces the cereals Count Chocula and Frankenberry?
Oh, God. It's G&E. No.
No.
Pass.
Glaucoma affects what part of the body?
Pass.
Which planet has the most volcanoes?
Earth.
No.
Mars.
No.
Mercury.
No. Ooh, and Pat dropped a deuce.
Yeah, he did right there.
Yeah, good old deuce.
Yeah, a good old deuce.
Well, you'll have that.
Yeah, sometimes those questions aren't in your wheelhouse, and then you don't do very well.
Well,
Then you cut out for about 10 seconds.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sucks.
Blame the phone. It is always a good standby when you don't know the answers to things.
There's that.
He's not Steve, you're back. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Chris Cornell performed You Know My Name for which 2006 James Bond film?
Casino Royale?
Yes. Which sport was invented by Dr. James Naismith in 1891?
Basketball.
Yes. In what movie did Molly Ringwald and Emilio Estevez spend a day in detention?
Breakfast Club.
Yes. Neil Diamond had the late 60s song titled Sweet What?
Caroline.
Yes. What
good
food?
times never.
So good! So good! So
good! Sorry.
What food company produces the cereals Count Chocula and Frankenberry?
Kellogg's.
No.
M&M's.
No.
That's it. M&M's. Are great.
Hershey's.
No. Glaucoma affects what part of the body?
Eyes.
Yes. Which planet has the most volcanoes?
That'd be planet Earth.
No.
Mars.
No.
Jupiter.
No. Liverpool. England has an airport named after which Beatle?
George.
No.
John.
Yes. In what country was the first coin-operated slot machine invented?
America.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-2.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Pat.
out.
That was, yeah. You know what happened there, Pat.
Yeah, dropped a deuce.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you did. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Next time, buddy. Next time you'll get them.
There's always next time.
Oh, look at
sweet,
this.
Sweet victory.
There'll be no Peppa Pig here. This SpongeBob.
That's right. Still the OG.
The OG. Does anybody want to venture a guess on the planet that has the most volcanoes?
Well, the only one that wasn't said was Venus.
Well, I mean, there were other ones that weren't said, but you are absolutely correct. The rest of them were gas giants, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And I mean, I don't know how they could really tell, like, the most volcanoes unless it was a closer planet to us than... Like,
totally.
The way outs.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. And also, BJ, I imagine that you would know the cereal company that produces Count Chocula and Frankenberry.
Well, outside of Kellogg's, all I know is Post and General Mills.
And then you'd be correct then, because it's General Mills.
That's what I would go.
I couldn't think of a single other one.
Yeah.
I was just you know what? Brain Fart City.
Brain Fart City.
How sad is it? That was my life. I mean,
what,
really.
cereal?
Yeah. I mean, I knew all my cereals, man. That was me growing up as a kid. Cereals were a big deal. All the characters. I mean, really, all of them, man. And I never got what I wanted because there was always a new one to get. And my parents, I know my parents were like, "Wait a second, well, I thought you liked Captain Crunch." I remember the fights we would get into because my mother would bring home Captain Crunch from the grocery store. I'm like, "Where's Count Chocula?" She goes, "When did you like this guy? Who's Count Chocula?" Oh, it was a beating.
Oh, look at you, lucky man. We always had the bag generic versions, which would be like Not So Captain, Not So Crunch. I don't even remember the names of them, but it was never the full box ones.
I'm so old. I don't know if they had generic versions in the 60s. I don't know if they were allowed to do it because I don't remember it. Now, maybe they did, but I don't remember.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It was always the ones on the bottom shelf in the bags.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I remember
still
those.
Tasted great, by the way. I still loved them, so I don't care.
Yeah, those are cereal.
They were. Well, congrats, Steve. You won.
Thank you.
Good job, Stevie.
Victorious.
Hey, got a new survey. It's talking about sex in public. Hey, let's do that. A lot. Well, we get
talk about the survey or actually do the deed?
Yeah, we woke Vicky up. That was the important thing.
Yeah, she perked up.
23% have said actually that they have had sex on public transportation. It's one thing just to go out in a field, and be in public or on a beach. These folks are doing it on, public transportation.
Jeez, man, I don't know if I could ever have the courage to do something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like to be on a bus, although probably weirder stuff happens on a bus, so maybe people would welcome that. I don't know, but I would just be so terrified.
As a security guard, I did quote unquote bust people who were not on a bus but banging at the bus stop in the little cubbyhole area where you sit and you wait for your bus.
Well, there is some privacy. I mean,
it was a slight amount, but maybe they didn't notice, or maybe they did notice the fact that there were cameras everywhere.
Oh,
and I had to get the other security guard to slow roll past them to be like, "Hey, there's people here."
I feel like the back of the bus Probably right by where like the doors are in the back, because there's a little bit of like a blockage, so maybe you could pull it off there.
Yeah,
And
that's a
maybe not
possibility.
the right term to use, but
yeah,
That is accurate.
Yeah?
Yes.
I feel like if there was a quote-unquote safe spot to do it on the bus, that would be where it would be.
Did you miss what Vicky said, though? She said that as accurate as if she exactly knows that's the place you can go.
It was in high school, so it was the school bus.
There we go.
Yeah, it was an all-boys high school for me, so that didn't really...
Like if you did
wasn't
have
on
any
my
sex,
radar.
it would be a very different thing. No, I feel like there's a lot of things I did when I was a teenager and even in my early 20s that I look back on. I'm like, how the hell did I have the courage to do that? Because even like, let's make out in the car. Like that even seems kind of like naughty. Like what if somebody catches us? Like you kind of lose that nerve as you get older. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Wow. So Vicky says yes to a bus.
So bus you would do.
I have done.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. Yes.
Take that off.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not the most popular.
Ding,
That's
ding,
only
ding.
the third most popular place that people have done it. So the bus is number 3.
Okay.
So what do you
plane.
think's ahead of the
Plane's
bus?
got to be number 1.
Yeah, right.
Number 1, sir. There
Yeah.
you go.
makes
So
Danny did that one.
Unpopular.
Yeah, Danny pulled that one off.
Yeah.
Oh, so Danny did do that. Okay, Mile High Danny.
Remember, it was a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we went
congratulations.
on a flight to Colorado.
Mile High?
Mile High for real. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, you were with somebody because by yourself doesn't count.
Wow. Yes.
Well,
I
if that was
with
the
somebody.
case.
Yeah, I'd be a frequent Mile High Club flyer.
That's
So,
true.
I would actually never have been. I would never even think of do something like that. That'd be terrifying.
My girlfriend initiated it.
Oh, good for her.
atta
I know.
girl.
I was like, yeah.
Did
this
she
is
use hey, we're going to the Mile High City? Maybe we should join the Mile High Club.
No,
Or she just touched you. And
She
you're like that.
she did the whole like
Yeah, I guess guys are different than girls. Like, you don't
Oh,
have
are
to
they
talk.
really? All right. Yeah.
She just has to go, "Wah," and you're like, okay.
It's time.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas we'd probably be like, hey, babe, did you know?
I don't know if anybody would respond to that, Steve, really. Unless, maybe the Creep High Club.
All right, so far I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah.
What's
okay.
next, BJ?
Okay, so plane is number 1. Bus is number 3. And number 2 is the train or the subway.
No.
Which we're getting, we got light rail, and we're getting more light rail tracks, which means there's going to be more opportunities.
Train on a train?
Yeah, run the train on the train.
I mean...
Vicky, have you been a train or a subway girl? Or just a
I
bus?
don't like, at least not in this country. I've never been on a subway.
At
But,
least
like,
not in this country. So
No,
you're
I'm
saying
like,
when
but
you
like,
went to
I'm-
England?
No, I mean I would have, but I'm thinking like a train, the ones with maybe the sleeping compartments. I think that would
okay.
be cool. I haven't.
That
really-
makes sense.
That would be doable. I would be comfortable pulling that one.
Pun
off.
intended.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to have your own cabin, I suppose, right? I mean, I guess there is some, privacy in a sleeper car.
I mean,
Oh,
sometimes
yeah, that
there's
makes
shared
sense.
ones. Like when I was in Europe when I was 17, there was 4 of us in one room, and it was
Oh.
kind of compact. So that would have been impressive, actually.
Ooh.
That is now my new goal in life.
So instead, I've gotten some action. Somebody talked into my microphone on the ferry to Bremerton. The
That's
ferry,
number 4 on the list.
The
Ferries
ferry?
and water taxis. Yeah, number 4.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And here's the newest one. I mean, hey, congratulations, Uber and Lyft drivers, because number 5 is someone's rideshare or taxi cab.
Your Uber has arrived.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
I've done one. I haven't done the full enchilada deal, but I did the talking into the microphone one. Or I got that
On an Uber?
On an Uber at one time on the way home from Cap Hill.
Really?
I hope you
Yeah.
left a 5-star review.
Did the driver know?
No,
How?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we were
Talk
also
about focus.
we were also super intoxicated.
Oh, yeah.
So they
But
probably knew.
They totally knew, and you just didn't care.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't know.
I mean, it
You
was
might want to check the internet. They might have like the webcam or something like that. Like it's like
Oh, yeah, brother.
it's like cash cab, but it's like
Ryan's with.
It's called fake taxi.
Wow.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And it is simple, man. When you tell us what you want to tell us, make sure you do it in the way Steve wants you.
It's a simple way, BJ. That's to just show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're gonging you and then gonna have to say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Joe Dredd in Seattle, you are on the Rock.
Good morning, guys.
Joe. Good morning, Joe. What's up, buddy?
So a couple days ago, you guys were talking about, stupid radio stunts and whatnot. And Steve brought up the guy Ron that used to work with Andy and Jody. And of course, this led into the Olympics.
Yes.
So, Steve, I really don't think you gave people enough information about what really went on in the Olympics. But my wife and I, before we got married, we were part of that Olympics competition when your hose backed out. And
so for those that didn't hear on a couple of days ago, we were talking the dumb radio contest, and we were like,
set it up, Steve. Set it up.
Well, I knew the Olympics was about to happen. We're like, we should do something that ties in with the Olympics to give away some kind of a prize. So my brilliant idea was, why don't we get a bunch of hookers to do some kind of competitive things on our show, and we call it the Olympics. And we did. We hired hookers, but then they no-showed after the first day.
Radio genius.
Yeah, so then you guys put the call out. You wanted couples to compete.
That's what it was.
And I do believe there was three couples, and one guy, actually, his mate didn't show up, but he was still there competing and being a good sport and whatnot. But it was mainly my wife, Healy, and myself against this young, annoying couple that were in their 20s. And they were the team for us to beat. Now, it was 5 days, different competition each day. Do you remember that?
Barely, but
wow,
yes.
You spread this over 5 days. Good for
BJ,
you.
we had a lot of faith in these hookers coming, and they only showed up for one of the days.
Wow.
And so, each day was a different type of competition. And there was one, actually, my wife wanted me to remind you about this one. You guys called it Amanda Beard, where you had a bowl of hair, like dog hair, pubic hair, whatever, and one of the people of the team had to stick their face in honey and then roll their face into this bowl of hair.
Okay.
And you took pictures and put it online, and people got to vote who had the best beard.
Okay, that's what a great competition.
In all fairness, I was working at NPR at the time, and this seemed like the right thing to do.
That's right. They really they're very extreme with their different promotions they would do.
Healy knew exactly how to win. She's like, well, I don't want to get my shirt dirty. Can I take it off? And she had this great bra on underneath. And, of course, we won that day because of that, because everybody likes the boob. But the one that I totally forgot about until you mentioned Ron, one of the days you had Ron from the waist up covered in chocolate frosting, and which team licked off the most frosting won for that day.
Whoa. Oh, hey, that's radio genius right there, baby.
Well, Ron also had kind of a hairy chest. So when I saw that, I go, we'll take the back. Let the kids have the front.
But see, we were thinking of hygiene, so we didn't have them both like the same spot.
Oh, good job. Yeah, good job.
And at the time, Ron has slimmed down since, but at the time, Ron was a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was a bit sweaty, too.
He was very sweaty.
Boy, there is just so much that we did that we can no longer do in this business.
Yeah, but we wound up winning the competition, and the first prize was a trip to Vegas and staying at the MGM Grand.
Nice.
And that's what we used to get married in Vegas.
That's awesome. See?
That is very cool. So
the whole Olympics is the reason why you guys got married.
Yeah.
It's funny, Steve, at the time we weren't working together, but, the show that I was on was responsible for introducing them, and the show that you were on was responsible for marrying them.
Look at that.
And look at us together, you and I. It was meant to be.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
It's like
and they've been going strong ever since. And Healy is awesome, too, by the way. So I'm so happy that you and her are still together, Joe, because you're good people.
Thank you, BJ. Love you, too.
Joe, you sound different. What the hell just happened?
Wow, Joe. Take it easy, guys. That's, man, that's war stories. I have a buddy of mine who's living in Sarasota now, but we worked in Rochester together, and he was telling his sons, he's got 4 sons, and he goes, let me tell you what radio was like in the 80s and 90s. And boy, oh boy, Steve.
And early 2000s.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. I mean, it was just, it was a whole different world that I don't think people would like us very much for some of the stuff that anybody who's in radio now did back in those days. Because it's a different world.
I feel like in 2021 we can still dip our face in honey and pubic hair. I don't think that's a problem.
Oh, you think that's okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
fair enough.
Maybe
well,
not.
You know what? I don't know. NPR, I think, has moved on from that kind of stuff, Steve.
Because I guess at the time Amanda Beard was a big star in the Olympics. So it only
there
made
you go.
sense.
Make a man and a beard. Oh, yeah.
A man,
you know what?
the beard.
You're a clever man.
I mean,
I'd
at least get a gold for effort.
Yeah, hey, I see what you did there.
And participation.
That's what it is. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Jerry. Jerry Trash, another old. Look, it's old school today. Jerry.
All us show veteran listeners.
Yeah. What you got for us, Jerry?
So, in the previous break, you talked about the man who saved his 4-year-old daughter's life with CPR by remembering from a TV show that doing it to the beat of a disco song was the appropriate rate of chest compression.
I like that Jerry sets up his own break. You know what I mean, Steve? He saves us the time of having to reset everything. Jerry, it's almost like you're a radio vet. Yes, we did talk about that, Jerry.
That led to Steve telling you how much he likes disco. Now, a big part of Steve's job is to troll DJ, but I believe Steve has a genuine love of disco. That's because Steve was in preschool or kindergarten when disco was really big and popular.
Oh, so you think that as a kid he heard it a lot and loved it a lot?
It was just dumb childish music.
He loved it a lot because that was in the early years when he was developing his operating system.
Whoa, so he's got science behind this, Steve. Even though you would deny the hell out of this back when you were probably in your teens, right, Steve? And in high school, you'd never say you'd like disco.
I wasn't
was
like a huge disco. I mean, I think I've grown to appreciate it more because of the fact that people hated it. It just kind of falls in line. I like the things that people don't want to like, so it's like I try and find something good out of it. And I don't like all disco. I just like the Bee Gees and Donna Summers. I mean, that's not all of disco, is it?
No, but they were definitely and arguably, I mean, Queen. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, but Queen's never been one of my favorite bands. I don't own a single Queen record. I don't dislike Queen.
So you never went crazy and got songs, after Bohemian Rhapsody?
No. I never. I've always appreciated the songs that I've heard, and I've even grabbed it on my Apple Music, but I never bothered to listen. Let me grab the Queen Essentials, and I'll really dig deep into
and you
Queen.
never listened to it? Oh, no. Man. Well,
and
you have Apple
great.
Music. It doesn't matter. It's not like you're paying for it. I mean, well, you are, but not really, when you're in that brain.
But when we talk about Kiss, my favorite Kiss record is considered to be the one that most people don't like because it's them delving a little bit into the world of disco, and that's the Dynasty record.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Jerry's got something there.
He might have something. Yeah, it could have been exposed. Was your mother or father? No, you said they were into easy listening and Sinatra, so they weren't the ones.
No, but my uncle Peter, he was big into disco because people said that he looked kind of like John Travolta, so he really leaned into that.
Oh,
and so he did his hair like John Travolta.
Wow,
he wore his shirts and he listened to the music that John Travolta wasn't. I don't even know if John Travolta liked disco, but he was in Staying Alive.
Yeah, right.
So that record was played quite a bit in our home.
It was also in Saturday Night Fever.
That's what it was. I'm sorry.
Well, I think Staying Alive was number 2.
Yeah, it was the sequel to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were trolling just because you love Grease too, and you're like, Steve's going to say the better movie was Staying Alive.
Someone said I heard Marv Albert loved disco. Now Migs does. Coincidence? I think not.
Whoa! I love disco, Steve. My son.
Someone has a question for Vicky.
Oh,
has nothing to do with disco.
Okay. But doesn't she do this on OnlyFans? Are we taking away her money by answering, doing an AMA that's not on OnlyFans?
Hey, sometimes you got to give somebody a tease.
I see.
And then they want to pay for the rest.
Exactly.
All righty.
Right, so this person wants your advice. They said, would it be disrespectful for a guy to ask a girl out while she's working? They're the teller at the bank, and she's a real cool, beautiful woman that I want to ask out, and I only see her there. Don't know if that's wrong or not.
I feel like it's a very awkward position to put her in, especially if she's either in a relationship or, she maybe isn't feeling you. But, I mean, if you feel like she's been kind of flirty or talkative and there's something said like, oh, I really like this band. Oh, yeah, me too. We should go together. If you just kind of throw it in very casually, but because it doesn't sound like you're asking her out, it's just a very casual, hey, we can go together, and then you can feel it from there. If you don't really have that opportunity, I'd say no.
Or deposit a good chunk of money and say there's more where that came from. And then
wow. With that voice, too. It's so important to use that voice.
Just have Steve there for you doing it for you.
Yeah.
Really, you know what? Emphasize the word deposit, too. When you
I have a deposit for you.
Oh, wow.
That's how you don't do it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great, though, to have Steve as the bad cop. That way everybody looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, you go in first. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like am I the heater or the cooler? I'm not sure. I'm heating it up for him.
You're kind of like the anti-wingman, but you are the wingman in a way.
I'm just so deplorable that anything after me is better.
Yeah, you're the dating Ginger.
I am Ginger. I hate Ginger. So yeah,
me
that
too.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You should totally go in being a Karen, then try to ask her out. She's repulsed because you were Karen first, and then he's going to come in all charming and nice, like, you know what, you shouldn't have to deal with people like that.
Because that's what she wants, back-to-back guys hitting on her.
Yes.
Well, but
maybe
it's different,
maybe
though.
wait a person or two, but just enough.
Yeah, knight in shining armor. Like, or maybe she goes, "Hey, buddy, you know what? She doesn't want what you're selling. Get out of here." And then you can just go, "I'm sorry about that," and then he gets to be charming. Maybe not even ask her out, but just go, "Sorry you had to go through that. That guy was an idiot."
See, what you need to do is you need to go in, deposit a check, and then that little memo line just says, "Will you go out with me, Y/N," and see what she says.
You know, if it's a bank, why don't you just money heist the whole thing and be like, one of the characters of Money Heist? They were able to, actually, through Stockholm effect, they were able to get some romance going on.
Some chicks dig the bad boys. You should rob the bank.
Rob the bank. She'll rob the bank, and you'll have money to go on the date.
And you should definitely tell her a name like that. I thought the city names in Money Heist were cool. Everybody had a cool city name. Say your name is Rio or Tokyo or something. Go in there and
don't say
cool
you heard any of this on our radio.
Yeah. Please don't do that.
No.
Actually, condemn or we're not. Yeah, don't do that.
Right. Yeah. We're not financial advisors.
Yes.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Share the love this Valentine's Day at Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Buy a massage or facial gift card and get an upgrade with the gift card free, a $20 value. Enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. Visit any of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone locations or search for the location near you or visit online for an exclusive online-only gift card special. Restrictions apply. See spa for more details.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
One texter said, you guys are talking about Steve farting in the res room. Have you heard about the latest thing called the fart limit? I saw a funny video online about it.
Yeah, what is this dude, Michael David Stevens? He's an educator. He's a comic. And he hosts a popular education YouTube channel called Vsauce, which I have heard of, actually. Vsauce, I have heard of this.
Sounds like one of those websites with the thumbnails.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. So in this video, Michael does explain what the fart limit is all about.
You might be thinking, well, the more I can get into my farts, the worse they'll smell. Yeah, that's true, but only to a point. I call it the fart limit. According to OSHA, if your farts were 30 times stronger, they wouldn't even smell like farts anymore. They would smell sweet. And if your farts were 100 times stronger, they would smell like nothing. Anyone who got a direct whiff would experience immediate olfactory paralysis. A fart could literally be silent but deadly.
Wow.
So it has to be 100 times stronger for it to paralyze or kill somebody.
Yeah, that's...
And also not smell. I mean, I guess it's like that's the benefit.
Wow, dude. So a fart could kill somebody. That's I guess, you are inhaling a gas.
Well, maybe I need to tone it down then. My wife always yells about it. Maybe there's an actual concern. I have to just do it outside.
Well, luckily you are at the limit. You're not, apparently you haven't gone over the fart limit where you're going to actually knock somebody's nose out and maybe kill them.
I want to get to what was it? He said it smells sweet?
Yeah.
Sweet like what?
It says overly sweet. I'm guessing like really sugary, like cupcakes or something. You know, like when people put those
They're like
candles.
flowers, like a sweet-smelling flower.
Like, did you bring home Cinnabon? No, I just farted.
Trust me, you're not there yet.
Ooh, somebody's baking brownies.
Right. One day, Vicky. One day I'm going to make it.
I'll let you know when that happens, because right now
goals.
it's not.
No. That would be amazing if that's like one person was just born with that ability, but basically it was all sweetness all the time. You'd be like, oh, man, did we go by a bakery? No,
Nope.
just Steve.
It's just Steve ripping ass again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. And I mean, you'd like, wow, it smells great, but I don't like where it's coming from. Like that Chewbacca impression. I just, it sounds good, but I don't like where it's coming from. Yeah, see, when you realize that's coming from somebody's backside, you're like, okay, I'm done. Yeah.
But not Peter Mayhew's backside, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That is disturbing.
Big question from one of our texters.
Yes.
What is one word that you cannot spell, no matter how hard you try?
Ooh.
Guarantee. I'm so bad at spelling guarantee that spell check doesn't even correct it for me.
Will you guarantee that?
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Guarantee. Mine is receive.
Oh, I was just going to say that, Danny.
Yeah, receiver available. I can never get those right, and it always autocorrects me.
Available?
Yeah.
Interesting. Restaurant was a tough one for me as well.
Same. Or receipt.
Okay.
Well, see,
Recipient.
the receipt and receive. But you're having a trouble with the P and the T, Vicky.
Yeah, and the I and the E and the whole word. Yes.
Yeah, the I before E,
the entire
after
word,
C,
just everything.
The X and the Y. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Do you ever get pumped when you're like writing something on text and it suggests the word that you were stressing that you didn't know how to spell? And you're like, yeah. Let's go.
There's so many times too that I'll just use the little speaker thing because I'm like, I don't know how to spell this. So
crap, I should be doing that with guarantee.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah. A lot of times I'll just say it.
That's a life hack right there for you, Steve.
I wonder if it works.
Oh, he's going to try.
Watch, you can't even say it.
There you go.
Crap.
Yeah, does that help with
Guarantee.
mayonnaise?
Oh, I did the recording thing.
Oh, nice going. All right, well.
Guarantee. Oh, it worked, guys.
Look at you.
Well, the phone worked the way it's been working for the last 5 years. Good job, Steve.
Thank you.
You know what? You're doing a good job. I really feel good about you.
Yeah, that's good news. I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
The sweet victory is when you do finally learn a trick to spelling a word.
Like business. I finally figured out if I think busyness.
Yep, absolutely, 100%.
Yep, yeah.
I couldn't spell muscle for the longest time, so I go muscle.
Muscle?
Yeah, and that's how I remember.
Yeah, for Wednesday.
Yep.
I did together to get her.
That was like second grade.
Solid, yeah.
I could not spell it until I was in second grade.
Yeah, we knew a girl named Teresa, and we'd always have to be like, there's a.
There's a.
No,
there's a.
too,
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I
So
didn't
it
know
said
that.
diarrhea.
Yeah, I can't spell diarrhea, actually. Yeah, now that you think about it.
Yeah, you know what? Looking at it, I would never spell that one right. It's a good thing I don't ever really have to type that out.
Are there 2 H's in that? Is that what's going on?
Two
R's.
Oh, 2 R's. Okay.
Yeah,
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Oh, Hea. Yes.
Diarrhea.
Literally the only time I have to type diarrhea, I do the same thing, the voice to text thing, because I cannot.
License. I always screw that one up as well. So just
Is it just a C with no S, right?
No, there's an S in there.
Yeah,
There is?
at the end.
Oh, yeah. I meant, but yeah, you're right. There's LIC. I used to go LISC, but that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah, there is an S at the end. That makes sense.
God, we're smart.
The one I always see a lot still is tomorrow. I always think it's funny when someone puts an A into that.
An A?
Tamara?
Where'd you put
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, like marrow.
T-O-M-A-R-R-O-W.
See, it's a marrow.
I see a lot of people spell it that way.
We should
but
have
I'm not going to judge because I can't spell guarantee.
Yeah, we should have a spelling bee someday.
No, we
Oh
shouldn't.
my
What,
god!
the idiot spelling bee? It'll go one round. And no winner.
And ours would be like compared to what these like fifth graders, ours is going to seem like way more ridiculous and stupid.
I don't feel like we can go up against 5-year-old. Let's be honest.
So it's weird. I never spell it right the first time.
W-I wired, probably.
Yep. W-I-E-R-D.
Is it W-I-E-R?
W-E-I-R.
Oh, it is E-I. See, that's the thing. It breaks the rule of I before E except after C. And sometimes, why? I don't know. I forget what that rule is. But weird breaks that rule.
Because it's weird.
Yeah, because it doesn't follow a C. That's
know.
what pisses me off about the English language. It's like they make these rules to tell you about the rules, and then they break the rules.
And then there's
like,
exceptions to the rules.
I hate these. I was like, this is the dumbest language ever.
I got one. Puyallup. I still don't know how to spell that off the top of my head.
I can because I live there.
Well, yeah. Same with Albuquerque. A lot of people don't know how to spell Albuquerque.
Yeah, I probably
That's true.
Struggle with that one.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up the Spelling Bee, the Scripps World Championship
Yeah?
Spelling Bee ones.
What are our chances?
The difficulty, their first level of difficulty, I don't think you guys are going to get.
All right, let's try it.
Okay. Let's start with ferocious.
Ferocious?
Ferocious.
All right, BJ.
Ferocious?
Yes, correct. Good job.
All right, I win.
You didn't finish it with saying ferocious. So you,
I can say that.
I do remember that
like
from
Jeopardy.
the
I
spelling bee
didn't,
days.
I didn't do it in the form of a question. All right, fine.
Steve, I got one for you.
Oh, crap, I'm so left.
Amphibian.
Amphibian. AMPHIBIAN.
Yeah!
Amphibian. Boom! I forgot to say in the beginning, though. I'm disqualified.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Amphibian. Wow, I feel good, man. My heart's racing.
Yeah, you got the level 1 ones. Good job.
I'm going to buy some gold stars for us.
Yeah.
Is it like 6th grade? What are we doing here? Are
that's
we like
about
3rd grade.
Yeah, about 3rd grade.
So we're 3rd grade spellers. Great.
Danny, it's Danny's turn.
Danny, are you okay? Are you ready, Danny?
I don't like the way that you're saying that, but sure.
Recyclable.
Oh, God. RECYCLEABLE.
Wrong!
Dang it.
There's an A in the middle there. Recyclable.
Recyclable.
Danny's out.
All right, Vicky.
Already. Oh, Vicky's. This is going to be tough for
I
Vicky
have to
since
write
she's
it out
bilingual.
because I can't do it.
No, you have to do it in your head.
Do it in
I
your
can't do it
head.
in my
Write
head.
it.
I can't.
There is no.
It doesn't matter. I can write it down.
Cheater.
That's not cheating. I can't do it in my head. You can tell me a word, spell out the word, and I still can't do it.
Well, that's your problem. Not
I know,
ours.
exactly. So I fail preemptively.
Wow.
Just
even try.
So she gave up?
I know, I'm
So
waiting.
Vicky gave up?
All right,
No,
Rev,
do
hit
it.
it. Hit her with it.
Trencher.
TRENCHER?
Yeah!
I'm like the only one that got.
Oh, look at you! You were like
disqualified right
you were
away.
like that girl in the Queen's Gambit. You saw it on the ceiling. You were just moving stuff around. You saw the
Yeah,
letters.
you got there.
See, this is a valuable lesson in life. Don't sell yourself so short.
Well,
Yeah,
my height
I mean-
kind of.
I mean, let's be honest. That's all she can sell herself.
Yeah.
5'1", baby.
5'1", baby. Come
That's how tall I am. Everyone always asks,
Chest
we
bump.
make comments like,
Yeah.
wait, how tall are you really?
5'1", bitch.
Part of the 5'3" and under
Some
club.
people go, I represent the 206. She represents the 5'1".
You know what the funny part about all this is? There's one person that was an English major in our whole group, and I wonder who that was.
Hey.
Danny.
Danny was an English major?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't mean I can spell
Yeah,
anything.
you can speak it pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
he knows where to put the
sometimes.
comma. He just can't spell it.
Exactly.
What school, Danny, just so that you can disparage their good
DeVry.
University of New Mexico.
DeVry.
name? DeVry. Well,
DeVry.
all right. UNM. Okay. I don't know if they're a good school or not. I have no idea.
Go Lobos. I don't know how to
Hey.
spell that either.
Okay.
LOBOS.
Hey, there
So-
you go.
Good job.
So everybody won except Danny. I
Yep.
feel good about this.
Wow.
Well, Danny, you got to look at yourself in the mirror today and wonder what happened.
And wonder
That's right,
why
Danny.
I don't know how to spell recyclable.
Someone wants to know, can you spell vacuum?
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh. Is there 2 C's or 2 U's in that?
I think there's both. No.
Take a shot. Go ahead. Come on. Danny, go ahead.
Come on,
You go.
Danny.
CCUM.
Wrong.
Is there 2 U's?
2 U's.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 C.
Yeah, 1 C, 2 U's.
Sorry about that. Danny is lost again.
It's all right.
It's been good knowing you.
Wow, Danny, great use of that college education.
So it said ask Danny to spell first. Spell it.
PHIRST.
No, SHT. Yeah.
First.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
At Valentine Roofing, we love our customers, and our customers love the service they receive. That's probably why we've won several awards, including the Angie Super Service Award, Next Door Neighborhood Favorite Award, and the Howe's Best of Service Award. From roof cleaning, gutter installation, to roof replacement, our promise to excellent customer service begins with the very first phone call. This Valentine's Day, we want to return the love with a free material warranty upgrade and priority scheduling based on your schedule. Go to ValentineRoof.com and enter promo code LOVEMyRoof.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS ID 4900518. Members were compensated for participating.